el adobo, a.k.a. el sazon, a.k.a. el borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Arum. Bobby Arum. Bobby Arum. Finally, he's going to express to the people that he went ham on Tyson Fury and his camp because he tested positive for COVID and thought that he was being very irresponsible. The camp was being very irresponsible, just having the sparring partners around here. Have you check him as he had the vaccine? What is going on here? Nobody's wearing their mask and everything and stuff like that. What the hell is going on here? Who's the parent around here? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Bob Arum, you got to protect your investment as well. You got responsibility as well. You should hold yourself accountable as well. Now, first of all, before I go in on Bobby Arum, let me give him props for, being that guy that led boxing through this, pandemic. Kept the show going, the bubble and everything. Shout out to the WWE as well, Vince McMahon. Shout out to the UFC as well. But Bob Arum led it in boxing, right? We're gonna give you your props for that. We're gonna give you your props. And I know a lot of people always want to go at the fighters, at Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, always the fighter. But let's not forget that there's hands in the cookie jar. They need to take accountability as well. You feel? There's a lot of hands in the cookie jar when it comes to these events, these big events. I'm going to say this. Bobby Arum, he's going to get the Mr. Pinocchio of the day. Oh, yeah, I'm a real boy. I'm a real, because a lot of people say that Tyson Fury is a liar, but damn it. Bobby Arum, you be lying your ass off too. I mean, you was the guy that in the interview, you said that Deontay Wilder was not going to get in the way of this undisputed between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. You said that. You was talking about the contracts being signed, Bobby Arum. Look, Bobby Arum, I respect Bobby Arum and what he's done into the sport of boxing. He is the most prestige promoter in the history of the sport of boxing. But of course, nobody is perfect. And Bob Arum, you're not perfect. You're good. You're perfect. You're the type of guy that, I get mad at Bob Arum, but then he gives me a fight like Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko. He gives me Jose Ramirez and Josh Taylor. He gives me Oscar Valdez and Miguel Burchett. He gives me those type of fights when I'm mad at, then he gives me those type of fights for free. You feel me? But I need to take accountability. Bob Arum also has stated months ago that we got a news. Is gonna be told in a week about what Bud Crawford's next opponent is gonna be, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm waiting. I think I still had a sweat on the jacket. You still ain't come with no damn news, What's going on, Bobby Arum? If he could tell us about Tyson Fury taking the vaccine. Oh, I didn't know. That's what they told me. Oh, now you pointing fingers. Now you're snitching. Now you're pointing fingers now, huh? So if you could lie about that, about somebody taking vaccine shots, imagine the other fighters that you may have. Imagine the other fighters that you said, they take the vaccine shots, and then they prove you wrong. Then you become the liar. The liar. Did Tyson Fury take these vaccines? You try to throw Teofimo Lopez down, under the rug, under the bus, and try to give credit to the guys like, Tyson Fury for taking the vaccine, and that shit just, you was wrong. You was wrong. So if you can lie about that or give false information about that, imagine all the things you have, and something so serious in taking a vaccine. Imagine everything else in boxing. Imagine everything else. It's becoming a thing that nobody is trusted in the sport of boxing, including Bobby Arum. Again, you do great things in the sport of boxing, but you got to take accountability when things go south. So, a lot of people that's critiquing the boxers, I think it's time for people to really look at the other hands in the cookie jar, because they collect the money too. You know what I'm saying? The other hands in the cookie jar is at fault when fights doesn't come through fruition as well. It's just not only the fighters. The fighters going to fight. The fighters are risking it all. But we, as the boxing fans, always go at the fight. Look at the Canelo Alvarez and Caleb Plant. We're blaming Caleb Plant or Canelo Alvarez. What about the business handlers? What about the networks, the business handlers, all the people that put doing those investments, and the ones that actually are the business handlers of those men that make those type of decisions? What about them? I mean, I want to listen to Kingdom Plan as well, but for real, he's not the one that's actually handling the business. It's Al Heyman, but we never gonna listen to Al Heyman. We don't even know his voice tone. We don't even know that. All I'm saying, if Bobby Arum could lie about the vaccine of Tyson Fury taking that vaccine and knowing he doesn't know nothing about it, though, or anybody could tell him something and he believes that he is the truth, can you imagine all the information that he lets out that is not true as well? The irresponsible is you, Bobby Arum. It's you. I mean, the fighter can't oversee everything. The fighter's mind is to train, go into the gym, run his miles, do his strength and conditioning, do his sparring, do his the road work, the mitts, the heavy bag. That's his job. He can't worry about everybody else to say, your vaccine. All right, get this paperwork. Nah, that's your job. That's your job, Bob. That's your job, Bob. Or his management team as well. Frank Warren, everybody. But let's see, man. October 9th is the date. I still would love to see the undisputed heavyweight. That's not going to come to fruition. Anthony Joshua going to be fighting Alessandro Usyk September 25th. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, October 9th. Let's see if that fight come to fruition. Or they're going to be playing the game. A lot of people still don't think that, hey, he had COVID. I mean, I don't play with that. You know why? Because even my friend, his mother and dad died of COVID. And in the beginning, when COVID dropped, I was, I wasn't taking it too serious. You know what I'm saying? I thought that it was a political stunt, in my opinion. But it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And in the boxing world, where it gets too toxic, and where now we think if somebody catch COVID, they're lying. I think it's getting way out of hand. I think the fans also got to humble themselves as well. Because there's more fights that has been canceled because of COVID than fights have gone, through the schedule, There's a lot of fights that's been canceled. Look at Washington. Supposed to be fighting Kofi this weekend. COVID. Anybody gonna say he's lying? Nah, come on. That's inhumane. At the end of the day, I don't know what's going to happen, man. I think this trilogy for me is highly toxic. I think it's like two villains going at it. I think these guys have rubbed us the wrong way. Pause. But it is what it is, man. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Give an updated video. Let me know what y'all think about Bobby Arum as the Mr. Pinocchio of the day. I'm a real boy because you a liar. Lying.